Hello student, myself Professor Ajay Yadav. In this session we are discussing about structure of chloroplast. So first of all, chloroplast found in the cytoplasm of cell. So कहाँ पे पाए जाते हैं? Found in cytoplasm of cell, and chloroplast is the largest cell organelle. Okay, so chloroplast is double membrane bounded structure. So we draw the double membrane. Chloroplast, double membrane bounded structure. So outer, this red one is outer membrane. Okay, then this black one is inner membrane. Okay, so outer membrane contain less protein, so it is permeable, means it allow all solute and solvent. But in case of inner membrane contain more protein. Okay, contain more protein. So due to presence of more protein, it is semi-permeable. Collectively, both membrane collectively is called as पेरिस्ट्रोमियम. क्या बोलते हैं? दोनों को एक साथ में पेरिस्ट्रोमियम बोलते हैं. The space present between outer membrane and inner membrane is called as perimembranous space. ओके, क्या बोलते हैं? जो दोनों मेम्ब्रेन के बीच में जो जगह है, इस जगह को बोलते हैं पेरीमेम्ब्रेनस स्पेस. द साइज ऑफ क्लोरोप्लास्ट, so 4 to 6 μm in length. Okay, but 1 to 2 μm in diameter. Okay, diameter कितना होता है इनका? 1 to 2 μm होता है, but length कितना होता है? 4 to 6 μm. So this is the diameter and this is the length. So length कितना होता है? 4 to 6 μm, micrometer in length. But in case of diameter is 1 to 2 μm. So membrane enclosed proteinaceous jelly-like colorless substance. That substance is called as matrix or stroma. Okay, so this is membrane enclosed proteinaceous jelly-like substance, that is called as stroma or matrix. So stroma having essential enzyme, or stroma are rich in essential enzyme that is nothing but rubisco. Okay, and in the stroma DNA, RNA NADP, and its reducing form NADPH2 and ATP are present. So stroma is basically nothing but complex biochemical channel. ओके, स्ट्रोमा को क्या बोलते हैं? कॉम्प्लेक्स बायोकेमिकल चैनल. Why it is called biochemical channel? Because it contain essential enzyme, that is riboscope, DNA, RNA and ribosome. क्या होता है? राइबोसोम होते हैं. NADPH2 and NADP and ATP होता है स्ट्रोमा. So in the stroma there is a circular or oval coin-like structure stacked on each other. That structure is called as grana. Okay? So this is grana. Okay? In one chloroplast, 10 to 100 grana are present. 10 to 100 grana are present. So one single coin-like structure is called as thylakoid. But in case of entire structure is called as grana. Okay, so grana are not free floating in the stroma. It is interconnected to each other. Okay, by stroma lamellae. Okay, stroma lamellae. In the matrix or in the stroma, ribosomes are present, but 70 S type of ribosome are present. Okay, in the stroma, circular DNA are present. Okay, so circular DNA is nothing but plastidome. क्या बोलते हैं सर्कुलर डीएनए को? Due to presence of circular DNA, chloroplast is self-replicating and semi-autonomous cell organelle. क्या है? Chloroplast is a self-replicating and semi-autonomous cell organelle. But chloroplast is the biggest cell organelle which is present in the cytoplasm of cell, and it is double membrane bounded structure. Okay, so in the grana light dependent reaction takes place, but whereas in the stroma dark reaction takes place. So light reaction or light dependent reaction takes place in grana. Okay, light dependent reaction कहाँ पे होते हैं? ग्राना में होते हैं. Whereas light independent reaction takes place in stroma. Okay, so when we take one single thylakoid, so this is the structure of thylakoid. Thylakoid is also oval in shape and it is double membrane structure. So in the space perimembranous space, there is a contasome is there. So in the contasome have ability to harvest the light or absorb the light and convert it into chemical energy. So ये क्या है? This middle space is called as lumen. Okay, this is called as lumen, and this is membrane, both outer membrane and inner membrane. So it is thylakoid membrane or membrane of thylakoid. So these membrane contain pigment, and pigment contain thylakoid, and thylakoid have ability to absorb visible light or solar light. Okay, so after solar light, absorption of solar light, it converted into chemical energy in the form of ATP. Okay, so light reaction or light dependent reaction takes place in the grana, whereas light independent reaction takes place in the stroma. So this is chloroplast. Chloroplast is the double membranous structure. Okay, and both membrane is made up of lipoprotein. Okay, किससे बने हुए हैं? लिपोप्रोटीन से बने हुए हैं. So the space present in between membrane, that is called as perimembranous space. Okay, so outer membrane contain less protein, so it is permeable in nature, so it allow all solute and solvent inside. Okay, but whereas inner membrane is not permeable, it is semi permeable because it is contain more protein. Okay, so jelly like colloidal proteinaceous substance bounded by membrane, that is called as stroma, and stroma having essential enzyme, that is rubisco, DNA, RNA and ribosome, NADP, and its reducing form NADPH2 and ATP. Okay, so DNA of chloroplast is called as plastidome, and it is also nothing but cDNA. Okay, cDNA. Okay, so chloroplast contains circular DNA. That is why it is self-replicating and semi-autonomous cell organelle. So this is the entire overview or entire structure of chloroplast.